Hi there, my name is Kirsty and welcome to my YouTube channel. I wanted to start a YouTube channel for a wee while now. I have a food account on Instagram where I post vegan food that either I make or I buy, and a lot of people tell me that they've tried that food and they really enjoy it and now they incorporate it into their daily life, which is so cool, and a lot of them aren't necessarily vegan, so that is super sweet. And I also watch other vegan what I eat in days from around the world, and I thought it'd be cool to do a New Zealand version. We're also in lockdown due to COVID-19, so it's like a lockdown edition. And yeah, so I'll show you what I eat from breakfast through to dinner. And yeah, regardless of what diet you follow or who you are, I hope that you enjoy this video. Each morning before I eat my breakfast, I have lemon, and usually I have half of lemon in water. It kind of goes a bit fizzy, so I don't have too much because it is quite strong, and you dilute it. And then sometimes I add apple cider vinegar as well. Just finished my yoga and meditation that I do each morning for about half an hour, and it is currently 9:30. Yeah, so I'm going to show you what I have for breakfast. It's like an overnight oats, but I don't soak it for overnight, I just soak it for half an hour. And yeah, it's really healthy and it's really yum, and yeah, I enjoy it. So I added hemp protein powder, hemp seeds, Vita soy protein plus milk, which I've had for quite a while now, and I always get unsweetened milk if there's the option, and then cinnamon and chia seeds. And these ones are really good. There's so many brands at the supermarket you can get, so many different types. Some come with like other different frozen fruit which you can add. I just think berries are nice to add in your breakfast in the morning, especially because it's a cold dish. So if you have something hot, it's quite nice to add to it. And yeah, also they're an antioxidant, and they have so many, and anti-inflammatory, and they just have so many good properties in them. So, and there's no sugar, they're just healthy. So this is the porridge. I've topped it with bananas, maple syrup and cinnamon, and then frozen berries that I defrosted, and some chia seeds. So I've just finished my breakfast and I am very full. I don't usually have quite that much, but it's okay because it will help me avoid unnecessary snacking, and I'll be full until lunchtime. So that's really good. Also the coconut bowl, I'll put the link in the description to the site where you can get them from. I don't know if it counts as an essential service, I'm not sure, but a lot of people have asked me where I got it from. It was actually a gift from another website, so I'll put it in the link because they're super fun and kind of tropical, which is really nice when it's like winter and cold outside, and you can literally put whatever you want in them. So hello, so I'm currently cooking jackfruit quesadillas. I have to cook the jackfruit first, and I'm using a recipe that I discovered a few weeks ago from a website called It Doesn't Taste Like Chicken. I'm pretty sure that's the name, and I'll leave the link in the description because it's the best jackfruit that I've ever had, or that I've ever made myself. So I'm just cooking it now. So this is the jackfruit company that I use. It's called Nature's Charm, and I've just seen it in New Zealand supermarkets. You can really use any jackfruit. I use it in brine. I know that if you buy it fresh, it's like really sweet. So I've cooked the onion and the garlic, and then I'm going to add in the vegetable broth, the spices, cumin, hiding behind the maple syrup. It says agave, but I just use maple syrup, it tastes fine. A lime, and here's my jackfruit. Okay, so now I'm letting that cook for about 5-ish minutes, and while that cooks, I'm going to be cutting up my vegetables. So I have kale, tomatoes, capsicum, carrot that I'll grate, and then I'm going to make a guacamole as well. And yeah, if I add any other vegetables, I'll let you know. So the jackfruit is all done. As you can see, it kind of replicates the texture of pulled pork or maybe even chicken, as like the meat version of it. You can mash it up with like a potato masher once it's cooked, but I found it pretty easy to do before I cooked it, and I find the potato masher quite difficult because the little bits get stuck in the masher. So for the quesadillas, I'll be using these. They're from the brand Farrah's, and they're garden spinach wraps, and they're vegan and vegetarian. And I just prefer to use them over like quesadilla, like packeted wraps, just because they tend to be a bit bigger and we always have them at our house. For my cheese, I use this brand. I'm actually not sure if it's VZ or VG, but it's so yum, and they're my favorite cheese brand. And vegan cheese often tastes really average if you eat it just like this, but when you melt it, it usually tastes a lot better. So it's a life hack. If you eat vegan cheese and you're like, ooh, then it might just be because you haven't melted it. The mushrooms and the jackfruit, carrot, tomato, kale, capsicum, and cheese. Also, adding pesto to your quesadilla tastes really nice. This is the brand that I use. It's the same brand as the cheese, and it's just dairy-free basil pesto, because a lot of pesto has milk powder in it because it has cheese and stuff like that, which don't understand why. This tastes really nice without it, but yeah, just look out for that, because that is a food I definitely don't think people would expect to have milk or dairy in it, or at least I didn't. So life hack, if you're cooking quesadilla or wrap or whatever, put the vegetables that are hardest or take the longest to cook closest to the heat, so then they cook like at the same time as the other vegetables. So yeah. Okay, so this is my guacamole that I'm making. Life hack, use one of these to get the avocado out of the skin, and it makes it really easy. Okay, so now I'm just gonna add some chili flakes and olive oil, and then you just get a fork and you just okay, and there you go. There's your jackfruit quesadillas with guacamole to dip in. It, trust me, makes them so much nicer. So I just finished lunch, which was very yum. And Mum, how was it? It was good. And I'm gonna have this chocolate egg, which I got from our local Countdown. And it was quite an expensive egg, so I'm trying to eat it slowly. And it tastes like milk chocolate, but it's vegan, and I got the flavor caramel and sea salt, and I really recommend. Yes, it's 6:32, and I'm gonna make dinner. For dinner, I'm gonna be having a pasta that I have all the time, and it's a protein pasta and gluten-free, which is what I try and keep to as much as I can. And it is with cream cheese, vegan cream cheese, and then just like heaps of vegetables, and usually I add chickpeas or beans in it as well, which is yum. And one thing I'm going to use in my pasta is this vegan bacon, which I've started using, and it's supposed to be the most like actual bacon, and it's pretty similar, but it's not completely that same like salty kind of flavor. Go to the cruelty-free shop. They have so many vegan foods that I definitely wouldn't be able to try without them, so they're super cool. Support them, they're like a smaller business. This, which is the brand Sanremo, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, and it is gluten-free pasta, and it's a lentil pasta, and it has about 20 grams-ish of protein per serving, which is really good, and there's some little bit left in it. And so I'll probably just use all of that and then have it for leftovers tomorrow. Then I'm going to be using this vegan cream cheese by Angel Food, which lasts me for ages. You don't need to use too much in the recipe, and it gives us pretty decent taste of cream cheese, which is super cool. And the recipe that I got this dinner from uses dairy cream cheese, so I just put this in and it still works the same, which is super cool. And then I try and eat organic foods as much as I can. Obviously I know this is a privilege because they can be expensive, but these cans were $1.50, and they're diced tomatoes for the pasta, and then I'll add in chickpeas for just like extra protein and nutrients, and those are also organic from the same. My onions and my garlic cooking, and I'm going to add in some capsicum and carrot. These take a while to get soft, so I always add them in first. And if you're making this, I highly recommend you cut them out into smaller bits, just because I think that they're a bit nicer to eat when they're in smaller little bits. Some vegetable stock in, and I'm just gonna let the carrots get a bit softer, and then I'll add the other vegetables in with some of the tomato sauce. I'm going to add in some mushrooms to the pasta and some kale and tomatoes as well later on. But right now I'm going to chop up some broccoli and then just cook that. I'm not going to add it to the pasta, but I'm just going to add it on the side of the pasta. The brand of kale that I use, it's called Supreme. And it's the only brand I've seen, or like kale I've seen by itself. I've seen lots of kale and spinach packets, but this is the only one I've seen that's just kale. I hate that it's all plastic. It just is literally the only thing I've seen of kale. My favorite things in the world is cheesy kale, and I thought I would try and make cheesy kale for my pasta. I don't know if the cheesy flavor will kind of fade in the pasta, but I thought I'd give it a try. So to make it cheesy, I use nutritional yeast, which is a source of B12, and it's just like a really yummy, healthy yum food. So that's my cheesy kale done, and I added some of the tomato pasta sauce into the dish before, and I'm just going to add in my kale now. I added in my kale, and I added in some of the tomato sauce. I added in about half of it just to kind of make the vegetables nice and tomatoey. Added the cream cheese and the rest of the sauce, and the cream cheese takes a while to kind of soften, so I added it in before I add the pasta to kind of give it a chance to mix it around in the sauce. Cooking my vegan bacon now, and this is super fun because not that I hugely miss bacon, it's just cool to try alternative foods. As you can see, it's a lot easier to dice up now. It's a lot softer, and the colors kind of become a little bit creamier. Cream cheese has all melted, and I'm gonna add in the chickpeas, which don't need to be cooked, but they just warm up, which I prefer warm chickpeas. Some people like them colder. It really just is what you prefer. Pasta is done. As you can see, it goes from kind of being a red color to creamy like white, and I'm just going to add that into the pan. Bacon is kind of sizzling and getting quite crispy, which is super. I've cooked the bacon and I cut up into little bits, and I'm just going to add it into the pasta like that, and then give it a mix. So here is my dinner. There's my broccoli and the pasta, and I added some basil leaves on top for some flavor, alongside some passion fruit, which looks really yum. So yeah, so my family and I are just making Scrabble, and I'm just eating a plum, which is really yum, and this will probably be my last food of the day. Thank you so much to anyone who's watched this video. I really appreciate it, as it's my first YouTube video. And if you have any suggestions or future video recommendations, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know. And yeah, subscribe, follow my socials so you can see what's coming up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.